Okay, so Ree and I are just reviewing Annie's ads campaign and ads manager, which has been when you look at it, it's a very successful campaign. She's got huge number of leads, huge number of reach. She's also spent a lot of money on her ads, and she's spending a lot of time in the back end trying to qualify her leads. So we've actually been in this position before when we've run campaigns. They've been very, very broad. We've put a lot of money into it as well. But what we were finding is it was really hard to convert the leads. So what we're proposing to do is to keep this running, but alongside this, run a targeted campaign that is really specific to who Annie's ideal clients are. My understanding at the moment, and Annie, we will talk to you about this later, is that your corrective work is very, very good. And so what we want to do is target women who have had bad brow tattoos, who are not happy with the way that they look, so that they see you as the expert. And then it's an absolute no-brainer that when they contact you and they talk to you in DMs, now that you're nurturing them in DMs, it's a no-brainer for you to convert them based on the experience and the knowledge that you've got, the questions that you're asking, and then you get them in for the corrective, you remove the old tattoo, and then you've got them again to recreate their new tattoo. So what's happening is you may find that the metrics in your campaign actually don't look as good, but it's not costing you as much, and you're able to convert less leads, but they're better quality clients that are going to book in. They are going to pay what you're worth, and you're not attracting these general tire kickers who just want a very cheap treatment that is a very low level, low level commitment. And if we just go in, Ray, do you want to just go in? I'm just going to look at the ad copy itself.
Yep.
So you'll notice, and for those of you who are not familiar with ads campaigns, don't let this bamboozle you, because when you're ready to get to this stage, we will help you get to this stage. When you read through the copy in this is a really general ad. Okay, so we're just talking to ladies in Moonee Ponds and Melbourne, around those areas. So thin brows, makeup, the shape of the brow, and this is what we can give you. Okay, and this is why you're getting such a lot. I mean, besides the fact that you've got a really, really big audience because you've got quite a large ad spend, you're just attracting sort of everybody and anyone that's kind of thinking about having a tattoo. Whereas if what we're suggesting is if we run an engagement campaign to your ideal clients in your local area, then you're going to have to spend, as I said before, less time, but we make the caption and also the creative, which we recommend being a video, so that all the hard work's being done at the beginning, and then there's less hard work for you to do at the back end. Ree, did you want to add on to that?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. So what essentially we want to do now is, firstly, we want to look at one marketing angle at a time. So as Margie was suggesting, we're going to probably look at that, what did you call it, Margie? Almost like a correction service for women that have undergone a tattoo and it hasn't turned out as it should. So what we're doing is just sort of focusing on that one pain point at a time. And then what we'll do is we'll start the campaign, as Margie said, as an engagement campaign, which is as Annie is actually running it now. However, the reason we do that is because we want to actually test a few different audiences to see which one's going to actually yield us the best quality leads. So we're sort of doing two things here that's going to help. Firstly, we're getting more specific in terms of who we're talking to. And we're also testing audiences so that we can sort of manage or sort of balance both reach and also quality at the same time. So our hope is that what will happen is, because the ad is doing a lot of that upfront work for you in defining who it is you're looking for, there's going to be less need on the back end for you to feel like you need to really push the sale to get, to turn it into a booking. So what we really want to do is make the marketing much stronger so that, when the people come through, they're already sort of well on the way to being ready to make a booking. So that's what we're thinking.
And just to give you an idea, so if you have a look at this, it's been sitting here for a while, so you can pause this video and have a look. You can see it is quite a general call out, whereas if Annie targets a specific pain point, which is your brow throwing salmon tones? Is it looking green? Is it looking whatever color? So using the language that her ideal clients who've been coming in, what their biggest pain point is, when we start using that language, then it's going to be very, very easy for people to start to take attention. Okay, and Annie's going to very, very, very quickly build up the value and authority, because she's speaking the language of the pain, because this is a really big pain point that women have. Okay. One thing that I just want to point out, because I talked about this the other day in the live class, so just let me grab it again. One of the things you always talk about is the top of funnel, the middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Now, because Annie's been running this campaign for a really long time, she at the moment has a very large middle of funnel, because they've been seeing she's got lots of ads, lots of different angles of her campaign. And so people have been seeing her ads over and over and over again. So normally what we would do is we would actually run a campaign directly targeting people who engaged previously. We're not suggesting that we're going to do that at this point in time, because what Annie has been finding is that people that have been responding have only been interested in price. And so we don't want to start spending money retargeting people if they're not the right quality leads. So it's sort of like, it's a different strategy to what you've been doing before. And then what we want to do is we want to build up that warm stack. But the warm stack are people that actually do value your expertise, as opposed to they're just shopping around for price. And then the more we get into, the longer that we run the campaign and we've got that warm stack, it's a lot easier then to convert to bottom of funnel. Okay, but Annie's had trouble getting them from here to here because they're not the right quality leads, if that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense to you yet, please don't panic. It'll start to make more sense to you actually as you go through the process. Okay, so the process is you've got to know who your ideal client is in detail. Okay, you'll get more and more aware of who your ideal client is as you go through the program. You'll also then get to understand in detail what their pain points are, what your value is, and why they should come to you, because of how you're going to actually give them the end result, which will make them feel a certain way. Once you dig in deep and do that, and all the training for that is in the curriculum, you put your organic content out. Okay, you've got proof of not just your correct, like Annie won't just share her corrective work, but she will talk a lot about her corrective work. She'll talk about specific clients and their story, and then what she did, what state she took them from, what state she's taken them to. Okay, and so she gets more and more people that land on her page and see that her organic posts show her value, her expertise, her personality, everything about her. Okay, then we do the boosted, and then we do the ads campaign. Okay, and all of you are doing your ads campaigns at different levels. We're just looking at this right now for Annie because she's had this running for quite a long time. So let us know in the comments if you have any questions. If we just completely gone over your head, in which case that's fine. Every time we talk about this, we just want you to listen. I don't want you to think about, oh my God, how am I going to do it? That's not what I want you to do. I just want you to think about, okay, I need to make sure that I'm understanding who my ideal client is more and more and more. Start here, build the steps so you've got a really good understanding of who your ideal client is, speaking their language. You might decide that you actually change who your ideal client is as you go through the program as well. So just focus on taking your putting up your posts and being consistent so that we can get through to this stage. I think that's about it. Ray, have I forgotten anything to mention anything?
Oh, I think that covered a lot.
Yeah. Okay. And I just will point out that videos for this type of campaign actually do better than static photos. So it's preferable to do a video, and you can actually see. Ray, do you want to just pull up Annie's video?
Yeah.
I think the video is the winning one, wasn't it? Is the
Yes, let me
videos
just go
the
back to the other ad set.
So for those of you who think that this looks like gobbledygook and you know it's algebra, um, this is just the back end of Meta where you do paid ads. People are scared when they see Ads Manager. Like not just in the beauty industry, most business owners, when they start to look at the back end of Meta and go in here, absolutely freeze and have no idea what to do. It actually isn't a scary place. It adds so much benefit to your business because you can run, even though Annie's had, she spent quite a lot on her ads campaign because it's been consistently running at $20 a day since February. She's had a lot of exposure, as a result of it. So it is a very good way when you are wanting new clients to market your business at the lowest cost that you possibly can do it for. Okay, so just want to quickly have a look at the video. She's got a couple of videos here. This is the winning one, Reed. Was this the winning one, or was there one with the American lady?
No, this one might be something. So this one actually, funnily enough, this image outperformed the video in this particular campaign, and I think the reason that was the case was because it was such a, I think it was because it was such a broad angle, and I think that the problem is that when I think it's going to depend on who we're targeting as well. I think so. I think depending on the angle, I think depending on the demographics of who we're targeting, I think that there's room for both options. But I don't know if you would agree with me, Margie, but often that, let's say you're targeting sort of that younger sort of demographic, often videos do perform a little better in that respect. And the thing is, as well, in general, you'll find that what Meta will do is if you do have an ad set where you have both a static image alongside a video, generally they will prioritize pushing out the video as opposed to your static image. But what actually happened in Annie's case in this particular one was that even though Meta was prioritizing the video, she was actually getting lower ad costs on the static image. And this happens if people find it more relevant, if they're clicking more on it. So it can be both.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting.
And again, I still run both on mine. For both of my businesses, actually. I do a little bit of both, but I think that's all we needed to share. So we're going to put this up into the group. Annie, we will get you to come back to us after you've watched this, and then We want obviously your agreement that you're happy for us to go down this avenue. Make sure that that'll make sense and doesn't conflict with anything else that you've got in place. And if you've got any questions, just make sure that you pop them into the chat.